I was really pleased with the way we played the game, the way we approached it, how a lot of young players did tonight for us. And I'm really pleased with everything except for 15 seconds in the first half when we gave away that goal off of what I thought was a play completely against the run of play. And all in all, I think we've created just a bunch of really nice chances, played some really nice soccer. And I would say our group probably feels a little bit hard done that we didn't win that game.
You brought in Will and Kyle and in the second half as substitutes. How much did their energy help in the second half and kind of getting things going?
Yeah, it was good. Again, we knew that when you play a lot of new guys that haven't played matches regularly, there's going to be some fatigue involved. And really pleased with the minutes they gave us, but I think that they were running out of gas a little bit. Ned Crab, who has played a lot of minutes over the season and is match fit, has just played too many recently. We asked him to, he's one of the few players that we asked to play in Panama on Wednesday and to play a lot of minutes tonight, so I think he ran out of gas. And I think all three of the players that came in did great jobs. Everybody that was involved in the match for me was superb.
How challenging has it been to balance the CONCACAF games and the MLS games?
Well, it's forced us to use a lot of players. In prior years, I think that we haven't been able to take those kind of risks and gambles because we've been very focused on trying to make sure our team makes the playoffs every year. This year, we put ourselves into a fantastic position where we're afforded the opportunity to play very strong lineups in the CONCACAF Champions League, and then that forces us to play probably some newer guys in some of the league matches. But they're rewarding us for some of those gambles.
Jason, did that make you nervous at all going into this game, knowing you had so many guys that didn't play so much together on the field at one time?
Somewhat, yeah. Especially to play two young players and arguably what's the most pivotal positions for us with Gene and Colin. Really watching those two players play, especially Gene, for now 3 weeks for me has just been fantastic in training and has deserved the opportunity. It's probably unfortunate that he's behind our captain in the rotation. And then Colin over the past couple of weeks has looked really sharp. And I thought both those guys had real nice contributions to the game tonight.
How disappointed would you have been had you not been able to get a point out of this game?
I don't honestly feel like I would have been largely disappointed. We keep telling our players that if they give us our best, that's good enough. And that means that the result isn't always the most important thing. And so tonight I really felt like all the players that went out there gave us their absolute best. So win, lose, or draw, we were going to be pleased with that effort.
I'm sorry if I missed it, but what was your reaction to seeing that ball go in?
I think it was probably not even a minute later the ball comes out there when he strikes it, and it was headed towards the sideline. So he hasn't been the sharpest in the opponent's penalty box. So really pleased to see him score. Add that to the list of a number of players who scored for us this year.
What was your thought on the penalty that Ramon seemed to indicate he was going to give and then changed his mind?
I think there was several situations tonight where he just didn't have his best game, to be honest. I think he's a decent referee. I've seen him referee before where I thought he's been really sharp and managed the game well. I don't think it was his best night tonight. I'm not sure how you can make a penalty call like that and then change your mind. That's puzzling to me. So, but I honestly don't even know the answer. I don't know what the penalty was for. Never got that answer. I asked for what was the call that he brought it back for. Never got that answer. So a lot of questions still to be answered.
How well positioned do you feel like you are now, having given some guys some rest going to that Toronto game, which is huge because you can clinch advance?
Yeah, we're gonna put all of our cards on the table for that game. We feel like that's the one that we have to get a result in to wrap up this Champions League stuff, so that we can then turn our focus to the Supporters' Shield and the playoffs right behind that.
You think you'll get another crack at the Supporters' Shield, the drawing even with LA?
I think we gained a point on this weekend, and so now we're one result away from being ahead of them and not on a tiebreaker, not level on points, but actually being ahead of them. So we put ourselves in a good position.